A tornado outbreak is likely tomorrow across areas of the Midwest as the Storm Prediction Center has issued a level 4 out of 5 moderate risk of severe weather already for areas of central Illinois and north central Indiana in the red shade area. We have an enhanced risk for much of Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, western Ohio, and the southeastern Iowa in the orange, a slight risk in the yellow from Kansas through Ohio, and then a marginal risk in the dark green. And looking at our tornado probabilities within 25 miles of location tomorrow, we already have a 15% chance of a tornado touching down within 25 miles of a location across central Illinois through north central Indiana in the red shade area. This includes areas like Peoria and Springfield in Illinois. 10% chance of a tornado in the yellow includes Fort Wayne, 5% chance in the brown, 2% chance in the green. And we have a SIG 2 for much of north central Illinois and Indiana, indicating we could be seeing a few intense tornadoes up to EF3 intensity, especially in Peoria and Springfield in north central Indiana. Make sure you are ready for a few intense tornadoes if you live across especially the red SIG 2 area tomorrow, as I do believe a tornado outbreak is very likely across this area tomorrow. We have the chance of a few scattered strong tornadoes in the brown shade area for much of Missouri, southern and northern Illinois, the southeastern corner of Iowa, western Ohio, and down towards Indianapolis and St. Louis. A couple of strong tornadoes are going to be possible in this brown SIG 1 area. And then in the green area, make sure you're on guard for 1 or 2 isolated weaker end tornadoes. Looking at our damaging wind threat, we have a 30% chance of seeing damaging winds of 60 miles per hour or stronger within 25 miles of a location across much of Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, western Ohio, southeastern Iowa, a 15% chance in the yellow, 5% chance in the brown, with a SIG 1 from Kansas through western Ohio for wind gusts up to 75 miles per hour. Make sure you are preparing now for numerous damaging wind gusts up to 90 miles per hour, in the hatched area from Kansas all the way up through Ohio, especially across Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, western Ohio. This could uptrend to a 45% chance if storm mode trends toward more of a linear setup rather than a supercellular setup as we're looking at right now. And looking at our hail threat, large hail is going to be a pretty serious concern, especially in southeastern Iowa, northwestern Illinois, northeastern Missouri, where we have a 30% chance of quarter-sized hail or larger within 25 miles of a location. Numerous hail up to baseball size is expected across areas of Illinois, southeastern Iowa, northeastern Missouri. In the yellow zone, we have a 15% chance of quarter-sized hail or larger, so scattered hail in the yellow area and isolated hail in the brown shade area. Make sure you're on guard for some scattered to numerous hail of the baseball size if you live anywhere in like Chicago, Fort Wayne, and Indianapolis, Peoria, Springfield, into Kansas City, even up towards La Crosse, Wisconsin tomorrow. Make sure you're parking your cars in the garage. So, looking at storm timing for tomorrow, going to have 2 rounds tomorrow. We're going to have a morning round across Iowa and Illinois, which may hopefully stabilize the atmosphere a little bit, producing mainly damaging winds and large hail across eastern Iowa, northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, through about 6 to 10 a.m. Then as we go into the afternoon, we're going to be seeing rounds of very intense storms through the Chicago area, likely producing destructive wind gusts up to over 75 miles per hour, maybe up to 90 miles per hour across Chicago going into about 3, 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And then as we go into 4 and 5, this is where we get that dangerous tornado threat. And as I mentioned earlier, the models right now are trending toward more of a supercellular setup rather than a linear setup for areas of Illinois and Missouri. So it's going to start as kind of a linear setup, but then it's going to kind of separate into discrete supercells as we go into about 6 to 7 p.m. tomorrow evening across northwestern Indiana, central Illinois around Springfield and Peoria. We could be seeing several rogue isolated supercells producing the potential for some strong to intense tornadoes of EF2 to EF3 in magnitude. So Make sure you are preparing for a significant tornado outbreak across central Illinois into central and north central Indiana, even northern Indiana, as we go into about 4 to 6, 7, 8 p.m. tomorrow evening. Looks like to be the best window for a strong tornado outbreak across the area, as supercells are going to be likely during those that 4 to 8 p.m. time frame before eventually merging into a squall line after about 9 p.m., 10, 11 to midnight, 1 to 3 a.m. Looks like a pretty serious damaging wind threat across southern Indiana, southern Illinois, southwestern central Ohio. So if you live across, I would say from Peoria, Springfield through just west of Fort Wayne, Indiana, this is where the tornado threat is going to be the most significant tomorrow, around the hours of 4 to 8 p.m. Make sure you are preparing for that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please stay safe and have a wonderful day, my friends.